Hello everyone, Andy Schwab here with your Farm and Ranch News. Montana Stockgrowers Association is continuing to advocate for Montana's cattle producers. This week, the MSGA leadership team, including Executive Vice President Rayleigh Honeycutt, was in Boise for the Pacific Northwest Economic Region Conference, where there's been a plethora of conversation regarding multi-state resource issues.
Lots of discussion on cross-border animal and livestock health. We have a lot of conversations about water going on, as well as fire and forest management. So it's a busy time, but looking forward to what we can bring back to Montana and how we can continue to be a part of the dialogue and be at the table in these important conversations.
Rayleigh and the team will also continue their travels next week when they head to San Diego for the National Cattlemen's Beef Association mid-year meeting. Well, a newly formed association is aiming to improve irrigation districts all over Wyoming by creating the Wyoming Association of Irrigation Districts. Brian Dyke of Powell and president of the WAID told me they have the formation came from the collaboration as the state continues to utilize a lot of aging infrastructure for irrigation systems.
The biggest thing would be just lobbying for maybe more monies from the state. You know, irrigated farmland in the state of Wyoming is very precious to have, and it helps the economy tremendously. And so just to keep the rehabilitation of all these projects up to speed, it takes money, and you cannot believe what the cost is nowadays compared to when most of these projects were started, you know, about 100 years ago.
You can find more of that information at northernag.net. We'll be back in an hour. Look at your ag markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought. There always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. But it's become evident is what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Welcome back, friends, to your ag news and your markets. Cargill recently partnered with Trees Consulting to develop a new gold standard approved methodology to give cattle or beef producers, that is, a way to measure methane emissions reductions. The methodology uses feed supplements incorporated into beef cattle diets. That new methodology also defines a set of parameters to beef cattle producers and can adopt to quantify the reductions in the methane emissions. Now, as a matter of fact, that is, they are verified emissions reductions can be traded in carbon markets, allowing credit purchasers to directly support the projects. And today is a big day for the cattle markets, as two USDA reports could very well set the stage for next week's markets. The reports, of course, are the monthly cattle on feed report and the semi-annual cattle inventory report. That latter of those two reports typically does not move the market too much, as it gravely is not compared to the January report, but the verification that producers are keeping back the females should support the feeder cattle market, as tight supplies will certainly continue to be the theme into 2024. And for the first time this month, Pays and Billings had a cattle come back to through their ring this week. The demand did seem to be good on the coal cows, with prices pushing $5 higher on the hundredweight more than last month. And for the sheep market, it was a sizable sale at Sioux Falls, with finished lambs seeing the largest head count. Demand was moderate, with those buyers looking for some specific weight. And wheat trade did settle down from their wild Wednesday ride after more steady trade, or more steady of a finish it is. Weather and Russia-Ukraine conflicts will certainly be the drivers on the traders' mindset through this growing season. Well, that's all for our ag markets. I'm Andy Schwab. Have a good rest of your day.